In our story today, Nathaniel is sitting under a fig tree. And do you know what? I actually have a fig tree growing in my garden. So I think I'm going to go outside, wrap up warm, and sit under the fig tree to tell the story today. Here I am under the fig tree, ready to tell the story. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Come, follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida, and he went to find his friend Nathaniel. He told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth?" said Nathaniel. "Can anything good come from there?" "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit, no lies." "How do you know me?" said Nathanael. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "You believed because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that." Then he added, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Wow. I'm not sure that Nathaniel had to dress up quite so warm when he was under the fig tree. Maybe he was sitting there to get some shade from the hot sun. I wonder what he was doing, or thinking, or feeling. Jesus said that he saw him under the fig tree before Philip arrived, and that was enough for Nathaniel to believe. Maybe Nathaniel was praying. I wonder who you tell when something exciting happens to you. For Philip, he ran straight away to go and tell Nathaniel, to say, "Come and see this Jesus." I wonder why he went to see Nathaniel to tell him about Jesus before he went to follow Jesus. I wonder what you would say if you were telling somebody else about Jesus. In this story today, we hear about two friends, Philip and Nathaniel, and their unexpected encounter with Jesus. And they both initially reacted in quite different ways, but together they helped each other to understand more about Jesus, and they started a journey together, an amazing adventure that would change both of their lives. Now, Nathaniel was quite surprised that Jesus knew his name and all about him. Jesus knows all about all of us. But sometimes we might feel like Nathaniel and think, I wonder why God is interested in me. Some of us might be like Philip and keen straight away to follow Jesus. And some of us might be like Nathaniel, full of questions and worries. But this story tells us that wherever we are and however we feel, Jesus can find us and knows us. I wonder, are you looking out for signs and listening for clues from Jesus for yourself? And are you helping others to do the same? Maybe that's something you could try this week. Sometimes we can use our whole bodies to pray, and that can help us to remember what it is that we're trying to say. So we're going to do the Action Lord's Prayer. This is the prayer that Jesus taught us when his disciples asked, "Lord, teach us how to pray." So it starts like this. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forever. Amen. As we are continuing to think about the holy habit of prayer, today we are going to make our own prayer journal. Now, I don't know if you've heard about a prayer journal before, but it's a special sort of a book, and in it you can write or draw all of the things that you might see or hear or notice from God. You could put in it your prayers, or the things that you chat to God about, maybe the things that you catch from God that God might be saying to you, all the things that you find out about God that you want to remember. I think a prayer journal can be a really great way of remembering the things that I've been praying about, the things that I've been chatting to God about, and the things that God is doing in my life. And it can help me to celebrate and notice the things that are changing, the prayers that are answered, and what God is doing in my life. And you can decide if you want this prayer journal can be a special book just for you and God, or it could be something you might want to show somebody else. That's up to you. Now, any sort of a notebook can work as a prayer journal, but today we're going to make our very own book, and we can use that for a prayer journal. And then maybe this week you can listen out and notice some of the things that God might be doing, or the things that you've been praying and chatting about, and you can put them, write them, or draw them into your prayer journal. Let's give it a try. To make your prayer journal, you'll need some paper or card. It could be white paper, it could be different colours, whatever you can find, and some thread or some ribbon or string, and a hole punch to bind it together. If you've got a stapler or some staples, you could use that instead. And then some things to decorate. So I've got some stickers here and some different coloured pens. See what things that you've got at home. You can decorate it however you like. So I think I'm going to use some white paper for the pages in the middle, and a different colour, maybe the orange, to be the cover. So I've got 3 pieces of paper here, and I'm going to line them all up nice and neatly. You could do this one page at a time, or you can do them together like me. And so you just match up the corner to the corner, corner to the corner, edge to edge, and then press it down all along the fold. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the orange piece. I'm going to line up the corners, the corner bit folded, line up the corners, line up the edge, and press it all down. And then I'm going to put the pages for the middle inside the pages for the cover. So you can see I've got the outside and I've got the pages in the middle. So now I'm going to take my hole punch and I'm going to push it in. It's a bit fiddly because it's quite thick with all these pages folded over. Press it down. And I'm going to use some of this nice ribbon here, which came from one of my Christmas presents all wrapped up. And I'm going to thread it through the hole, down one side, and then back up the other. That's a little bit fiddly. And then I'm going to tie a bow to hold it all together. pull it through there like that. Lovely. So the bow is holding it all together. And now my prayer journal book is bound. So it's got a cover and then it's got all these pages in the middle where I can write or draw some of the things that I see or hear or notice about God. So now it's time to decorate. So I'm going to write nice and big on the front, Abby's prayer journal. You don't have to write Abby's, you can write your own name. Or if you're doing it and making one for someone else, you might want to write their name instead. Abby's prayer journal. You might want to call it a prayer diary. Okay, so now I'm going to decorate it. I'm going to use some stickers. I wonder what things you've got that you can use to decorate. Maybe you'll have some different coloured pencils or crayons. Maybe you've got some stickers or some different tapes. Or maybe you want to draw some pictures. I'm going to put some nice stars on here as well, like sparkly stars. And what else could I draw on the front? Maybe some things to remind me that I can include in this book some of the things that I see. I'm going to draw some eyes. Some eyelashes. Some of the things that I hear. That's an ear there. Some of the things that I feel inside. So I'm going to draw a picture of my heart. A heart to remind me about feelings. And I think maybe something to represent ideas and the things that I notice. Maybe I'll draw a little thought bubble down here. And that will help me remember some of the things I might put inside my prayer journal. It's all ready to go. I wonder what yours looks like. I'd love to see it. I wonder what things you might notice or draw or write about inside. Give it a try.
You put the stars in out of space. You pop the freckles on my face. And all the fish that swim and all the birds that fly were made from your incredible imagination. Creator God, we're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. You spread the ripples through the sea. You painted stripes on every bee. And all the grass that grows and all the leaves that fall are part of your amazing plans for this creation. Creator God, we're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. You put the heat into the sun. You placed a heart in everyone. And all the music played and all the dancing done reminds us that we're made to be creative like Creator God. We're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate you.